In this video, I'll be comparing some official LEGO Star Wars sets to some custom models. These are all of the official LEGO Star Wars sets I'll be comparing versus all of the custom models I'll be comparing them to. And throughout the video, I'll be highlighting the pros and cons of official versus custom models. Most of the custom models I'll be showcasing in this video come from brickvault.com. You can go on their website right now and buy the instructions and download the parts list where you just copy and paste to Bricklink. Also, I thought it was worth mentioning that I am not sponsored by either Brickvault or LEGO. This is just an independent review highlighting what I enjoy about both types of models. Also, this video isn't meant to hate on LEGO, I'm just giving y'all my honest thoughts. When I say custom, I don't mean knockoff. These are designs created by very talented mock builders using official LEGO parts. The first comparison I wanted to make is with the OG9 Spider Droid. This set came out a little over a decade ago, all the way back in 2013, and included 4 minifigures, with Stasale being the only exclusive minifigure from this set. But I'm not here to talk about the minifigures, let's talk about the build and the model itself. I think LEGO did a great job with this model, it definitely looks like what we see in the movies. Maybe the only little problem was with the legs, how exposed they look. But now let's compare it with the Brickvault model. As you can see, there's a pretty big size difference. It looks like both of these designs had basically 2 different philosophies. But I gotta say, the Brickvault Spider Droid looks so much more accurate to what we see in Star Wars media, and the leg connection doesn't look so exposed. There's definitely some crazy building techniques going along with this, especially the center orb. The next set I wanted to compare is the AAT, another very well-known separatist vehicle. The most recent version we got came out in 2020 and is pretty inaccurate. The top gun is just way too long and oversized. But just like any LEGO set, it comes with some pretty nice play features. And here it is right next to the Brickvault AAT. They're actually pretty similar in size, but the design is completely different. The custom model is definitely a lot more detailed and uses a lot more small pieces to achieve this. Thankfully, the barrel of the top cannon isn't elongated, and the head is proportional with the rest of the body. Sometimes LEGO will just use one big piece to achieve some curved angles. Meanwhile, the Brickvault model will just use a ton of small pieces and some crazy building techniques. Like at the bottom of the AAT where they curve this flex tube and connect all the small pieces via some clips, but it doesn't have the play features like the LEGO one does. And you can't even fit a minifigure in the top cannon. But you can fit a droid pilot in the main cockpit section. Nice thing about the Brickvault model is not only do they make it in the CIS color scheme, but also the Tan Trade Federation one. But again, Brickvault nails it with the accuracy and details. The next set I want to compare is the Corporate Alliance Tank Droid. This version came out back in 2013, and this is actually the last time that LEGO made the Corporate Alliance Tank Droid. This basically looks like your typical LEGO set, but comparing it to the Brickvault model, there is some pretty big differences. The Brickvault model is bigger and uses light bluish gray as its main color, and it's a lot closer to minifigure scale. The crazy thing about the antennas on the Corporate Alliance Tank Droid is that they actually have you cut them in half in the instructions. I loved how creative this was with the part usage for the eyes. They just used a red minifigure head with a motorcycle helmet. Again, the Brickvault model definitely takes the W. Although the custom models definitely are a lot more accurate than the LEGO ones, they do have some flaws. Like this building technique on the droid gunship where you have to bend all of the studs. It got so frustrating that I basically gave up. I also gave up on this one where I had to bend a flex tube into a circle. But this is a pretty common theme among the Brickvault models, where they use illegal building techniques to achieve the accuracy. But again, you can just see how accurate they are compared to the LEGO models. Here is a custom Vulture droid next to the LEGO version, and also the Geonosian Starfighters. There's also the Hailfire droid, which is pretty easily dwarfed by the Brickvault model. The LEGO model isn't bad by any means, but the Brickvault one is just so much bigger, so much more accurate, and again uses some pretty crazy building techniques. And how about some custom crab droids? LEGO hasn't even made crab droids yet for some reason. And there's also the Advanced Dwarf Spider Droid from Republic Commando. And that's just another great thing about custom LEGO sets. You can get ships and vehicles that LEGO has never even made before. Both the crab droids and the Advanced Dwarf Spider Droid are made by Thrawnsrevenge. Definitely go check them out on Rebrickable and Instagram. Now let's look at some Republic vehicles. I've got the Brickvault V-Wing right here. And this is definitely the most fragile model I've ever built. I remember building this thing was pretty frustrating at moments, because there's some pretty loose connections at some points. So I think I'd almost prefer the LEGO model just because of how durable it is. And as you can see with the Brickvault V-Wing, there's some loose connections and things that just aren't very stable. This doesn't make it a bad model by any means, just something to take note of. Next, let's take a look at the Republic Gunship. And I did modify the wings on this set, because those stud shooters looked so stupid. And also the fact that the door doesn't even split into 2 like it's supposed to. And with my big hands, it's kinda hard to fit minifigures in the back. This set does have some pretty big flaws and inaccuracies, but it's still pretty solid. Now let's take a look at this custom Republic gunship designed by M5 Builds on Instagram. So definitely go give him a follow. And this gunship doesn't have any of the flaws like the LEGO version does, like the bubble turret on the wings and the bay doors that open separately. Another good thing about it is I can actually fit my big hands in there and put some clone troopers in. This is such a clean and smooth looking design. Everything is pretty much tiled off and even the wings are brick built to give it that smooth finish. The coolest building technique is with the bay doors. This would be classified as an illegal building technique, but you can put a Technic pin on the bottom of a brick and use that Technic pin to connect another brick. The only real downside I can think of is that it doesn't have a carrying handle, unfortunately, but at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. Retail price for the Coruscant Guard gunship is $140, and I sourced all the pieces for the M5 Builds gunship for around $170. And that's an incredible price for a custom gunship, and that's an incredible price for a gunship that's just in the normal color scheme, especially since the 2013 version goes for around $250. Final comparison is going to be with the 2022 ATTE. This is easily the best ATTE LEGO has made. It's got a fully fleshed out interior with tons of room for minifigures and accessories. And of course, it's got that nice carrying handle as well. And here it is next to the Brickvault ATTE. It is a decent bit bigger than LEGO's version. And here's the side profile of both models. Brickvault one is closer to minifigure scale. There are definitely some crazy building techniques going on here. First of all, the legs are very detailed using a variety of different pieces. And the side panels get pretty crazy too. I think the side panel at least contains around 50 pieces. It's pretty easy to pick it up, you just kind of scoop it up from the bottom like this. Probably the biggest downside of it is the cockpit. You can see me struggling here for a bit just trying to get a clone in there. I think there might be room for 2 clone troopers total, but I'm not even going to try and attempt that. It's a pretty interesting design for the cockpit. It definitely gets the job done in terms of accuracy. It's just pretty hard to fit a clone trooper in there. Plenty of room in the interior. And there's also plenty of room in the back as well. You can probably fit up to 8 clone troopers in there. But by far the coolest feature of this ATTE is that you could drop down this little ATRT. Just how we see in the Clone Wars. This ATRT is practically minifigure scale, unlike the behemoths that LEGO keeps giving us. So that's another W for the custom model. The biggest disparity is probably the price. Brickvault model cost me around $250, and you can probably find the LEGO version at around $100. So, custom sets versus official LEGO sets. Lately, I've definitely been leaning more into the customs market because the detail and accuracy is top-notch, and I'm looking at creating some large-scale mocks soon. But with how accessible LEGO sets are and how you get brand new pieces in sealed bags, you get the box, the paper instructions, plus minifigures, I can see why people would kind of steer away from customs and stick with the official LEGO sets. At the end of the day, it all just kind of depends on the kind of LEGO collector you are, a casual fan or a super fan. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what you guys prefer, custom sets versus official. Let me know your thoughts and leave a like if you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.